The dreams I've had is to be a coach, to be a full-time coach, to have fighters believe in me and train their asses off to make it as far as we can make it. That's the life I'm living. I'm living my life every day. When I get done with this episode, I'm headed to my gym to hold pads and coach my fighters. I'm living my life, but there's so many days I get caught up with, man, I'm just feeling stressed and I don't know what to do. And man, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm beat up. But I live a privileged life now. I get to do the things that I want to do. I'm living the life that I want to live. Everything I've prayed for, everything that I've dreamt, everything, I'm literally living that life. And like always, man, you control you, baby. We out. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Another beautiful day here at You Control You. You know how we start every episode. What am I most grateful for? I'm grateful for God and my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for all my students. I'm grateful that I have a team that believes in the way I believe. So this weekend, we had another fight in Minnesota, lost a split decision, and it was heartbreaking because it's my female fighter that moved here from Illinois, Brianna Kristen, and man, we just continue to put in work, and we've won the kickboxing fights that we've had since she started with me, and we've lost the 2 MMA fights. And she worked so hard in this camp to control the ground game, to get better at it, and she drastically improved. Like, seeing the improvement. She went for some submissions, like, she did the thing, but we're still working to blend them together. And after the fight, she's hurt. She's not like physically, she's not marked up. She's not physically banged up. She's emotionally and mentally just hurt. And we had that conversation, and like, she's ready to go. She's ready to storm off. And I grab her by her arm. I'm like, hey, we got to go outside. So we go outside in the back, and she just cries, and we talk, and we don't have to go into everything that she talked about, but she finally like calmed down, and she chopped it up with a few people, thanked everybody for coming out. And then we went to have dinner. But first we had to, she had to go shower. And when she went into the hotel room to take a shower, it's just me and my wife. And then I break down because it's on me. It's what I tell my fighters. You lose, it's on me. Do what I ask of you. Don't quit. It'll be on me. And to see this woman give everything she has and train every day and see her get better, but then we don't get the results that we want, is painful. And I spend about 5 minutes just saying, I need to sell my cage. I need to, like, what am I thinking? Like, this dream I have of being this UFC MMA coach, like, what am I doing? Like, and, we go out, she comes back down, we go out to eat, everything's cool. And I finally fall asleep, and I wake up the next day just ready to get it. ready to get it. And I'm very thankful for my wife because she said, don't make any rash decisions tonight. And then we get to, we left at 6 a.m., made the 4-hour drive back home. I take a shower, I change, get over to the gym, and then we got fight camp. So it was a very long weekend. And we put in work. I killed 2 of my fighters, utterly destroy them. And then just like this monster wakes up in me. And it's like, oh yeah, we got to get it. So I'm just grateful for the lessons, grateful for a team that believes in the same thing I believe, and we just keep going forward. Now, I dove into that a little more with the details because it goes into what we're talking about today, right? The title of this is You Asked for This Life, Now Learn How to Carry It. Now, I want to read something for everybody, and I'm probably going to read it a few times here. What a privilege it is to be tired from work you once begged the universe for. What a privilege it is to feel overwhelmed by growth you once prayed for. What a privilege it is to have responsibilities you once dreamed of. What a privilege it is to live the life you once wished for. It sounds good until you actually have to live it. The dreams I've had is to be a coach, to be a full-time coach, to have fighters believe in me and train their asses off to make it as far as we can make it. That's the life I'm living. I'm living my life every day. When I get done with this episode, I'm headed to my gym to hold pads and coach my fighters. I'm living my life. But there's so many days I get caught up with, man, I'm just feeling stressed and I don't know what to do. And man, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm beat up. What the But I live a privileged life now. I get to do the things that I want to do. I'm living the life that I want to live. Everything I've prayed for, everything that I've dreamt, everything, I'm literally living that life. When my wife stresses me out, I literally have the wife that I prayed for. God, I want to marry a woman that's going to be faithful. I want to marry a woman that believes in me and supports me. God, I want to marry a woman who loves life. I'm living my dream. But some days I get stressed out because she's a woman and I'm a man and we think differently. And it's frustrating that she wants me to think and understand more things than I actually do. But why be stressed by that? Like, I'm privileged. Growing up, it wasn't like this. So I'm so privileged now. I'm blessed. God has given me a blessing. And he constantly blesses me. So the question is, then why doesn't growth feel good? It feels like pressure, right? Doubt and responsibility. See, what we don't realize is that when we ask for these dreams, we didn't think about all the responsibility and all the pressure and all the things that come with it. Everything that comes with that. We didn't ask for that. So we assume that we shouldn't have to deal with it. But that's part of it. You're stressed because you got a family. You're stressed because you got kids. You're stressed because you're building this business and this empire. You're working this job to take care of your family, and it's stressing you out. Homie, what a privilege. Do you know how many guys out there would love to have a wife, to have kids, to work the job they wanted to work? And here we are, we're doing that. Why not just be grateful for it? Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. But that's the beauty of it. And I know I've asked this question to myself, so I'm assuming that a lot of you men out there are doing the same thing, right? You're asking that question, why does it feel so heavy? Why does this weight feel so like it's too much on my chest, it's too much on my shoulders? We get more opportunities, but with those opportunities require more decisions. With more responsibility on us, less room to hide from it. We can't just cower in a corner. We can't just run away from it because we have so much responsibility. More growth means there's more pressure to stand up to those standards that we've set. You don't get stronger and life gets lighter. You get stronger so you can carry more. Heavy is the crown. I say it all the time. It's hard, man. It's dirty. It's filthy. It's backbreaking. Some days it's almost too much. But the same thing pops in my head all the time while I'm thinking about this. God never gives us anything that we can't carry. And then I think about Tyson talking with Francis Ngannou. And he's talking about, I should have gave you this clip. This thought just popped in my head right now. Mike Tyson is talking to Francis and he's like, you've been blessed. Essentially, I'm going to summarize it. You've been blessed. You've been anointed. You've been anointed by God. And basically, he's talking about how the more you do, it's basically the more God is giving you. But also, you're God's chosen, but you're also the devil's chosen as well. And he tells Francis that you just got to ride the horse you came in with. So if you came into this game sinning and going nuts and doing everything backwards and wrong, hey, ride that horse until you fall off, because that's what brought you in here. And essentially, I believe in some ways, Tyson is the best man to speak with that, because he made a lot of mistakes and learned from them, had to come back from them, right? We're privileged. We are living a life that not many people get to live. And a lot of people, including myself, have made these mistakes where we've messed up. And it's not that we're weak. We just never built the capacity to carry what we asked for. Right? There was something in us that just wasn't ready to carry that. No emotional control, no discipline under pressure, no consistency. And when we have those issues, right, the things that start to happen, we start to resent the life that we once prayed for. We start looking at everything else like, oh my God, I don't believe I got to do this. And there were moments like that. I didn't look at COVID like, and granted, I'm not saying none of the people getting sick, people dying was a blessing. What I'm saying is that for COVID, I never looked at my business being shut down as a blessing. I thought I was being punished. I was like, man, I'm gonna lose my business. What is this? If I was coaching people and teaching classes while going through my separation, while going through my divorce, while going through everything I was going through, I may have pulled that trigger. And if I didn't, I damn sure wouldn't have started growing. Not at the rate that I did. What a blessing for my business. I've been thinking about that because we're still in the transition period of moving. And it's like, damn, I'm like, this is stressful. Like I went in my gym, I went in my new spot, and I was stressed because there's some things I got to change with the cage in there. And that's all set up and we got to make changes. And I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work. And if this doesn't work, then I can't set up this. And if I can't set up this, then I can't make this work right now. And now I'm going to be delayed another week or two. What the hell am I doing? And I'm like, you know what? It's a blessing. It's a blessing because it's giving me more time to be ready. And if there's a delay, it's a delay. It's whatever. I'm going to keep walking this path. And during these downtimes, I've learned to become even more disciplined, become more consistent, learn more emotional control, utilizing the time that I have in order to become better. And what's helped me and what helps me now, and sometimes I feel like I'm a doctor because I don't know how to take my own advice and read things correctly. I can give other people advice. I've had to make a full-fledged paradigm shift. And I've had to make sure that I'm wording it so I don't feel weak, right? I'm tired. Well, I'm tired because I'm doing real work. I'm working hard. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Well, it's because I'm growing, right? I'm growing and becoming something new. So it's okay to feel overwhelmed because I'm becoming something new. I'm feeling the weight. I'm feeling pressure. Well, I'm being tested. I'm being tested right now. I'm getting checked by God to see if I really want this. Right? I'm basically being asked, am I ready for this life? Here, we'll keep throwing more on you, right? Because this is what you want, right? This is what you want. This is the life you asked for. This is what you want to carry. So this is what we're gonna do. Do you still want that ride? Because this isn't a punishment. This is the price of becoming who you said you wanted to be. There's a price you gotta pay. This shit is expensive. You better be willing to pay that price. But really think about it, man. If you want them Jordans, or let me put it this way, if I want those Jordans in the size 15 or 16, I'm probably paying what, 150, 175? Close to 200? There's a price, right? If I want to go out somewhere really nice, I got to pay that price, right? There's always a price. Always. Everything costs. It's not always financial. Sometimes it's spiritual. Sometimes it's time, energy. Pay the price because this is what you wanted, right? This is the life that you wanted. How do we carry that, right? Well, one, we stop wishing that it was easy. We don't need easier. We just need to become stronger. So if you recognize that you are emotionally not where you need to be, well, you need to figure that out. You need to figure out how to become better. You need to become stronger. Read some books, study some videos, go talk to somebody. Become better. You're always going to have that version of you that's messed up. There's a monster inside of me that is not cool. That's not a cool person to come out and argue with. And I know that. So it's constant working on becoming better. Learn to take control of your mind. You control you. You control your mind. Your mind will quit before your body does. So strengthen your mind. How do you make that stronger? Take some time to think in peace and silence. Journal. Talk to yourself. I love talking to myself. Go for a walk. Go for a run. Focus on small things at first. The next rep, the next task, the next decision. Train your mind to be focused, single-minded, and focused. And stay there. Even if it's just for a minute straight, stay right there. Stay locked in. And then keep growing that muscle. Your brain is a muscle. Grow that muscle. Build capacity daily. It's like you don't rise to the pressure, you adapt to it, you mold to it, you become something different. You adapt to it through repetition. So if the pressure's starting to feel really, really high, roll with it. Use it. And I'll take it a step further. Ask yourself, what are you so worried about? What are you so stressed about? Well, if it doesn't work, I'm going to be okay. That makes sense, right? That's a valid fear. That makes sense to feel that pressure. If it doesn't work, if the business fails, you put your family in a very very bad situation, very financially strapped, right? Well, cool. After you've figured out what you're afraid of and you understand that pressure, now ask yourself, what do I have to do to keep that from happening? Well, I don't control if people come buy my stuff. I can't control. Are you serious? Every single business that's ever had to sell something had to figure out how to reach their demographic. They had to figure out what their demographic was, and then they would attack it. Figure it out. Figure out how to make your product top notch. And most of all, cool out with the complaining. When you complain and all you do is complain, you're rejecting the life that you chose. Have you ever been around those dudes that you never hear anything dope about their wife? You never hear anything dope about their kids? Man, my wife this, my wife that, my wife this, my wife this, my wife that. I've been around those dudes. I've been around those women that all they do is complain about their husband or their man. You chose this life. What you complaining about it for? This is the life you chose. Be okay with the life that you have chosen to live and live your life. Right? Think about it. If you believed in God, at some point you prayed for the life that you have. You prayed for this life. You don't need to fold when it gets heavy. Stand up, carry it, grow into it. Like, when you really think about it, you don't need a different life. You need to become the person who can handle the one you ask for. Be the person that you prayed to be. Think about that. Be the person that you prayed to God that you could become. Second grade, I prayed that I could have a family and be the father that I never had. The conversation I had with my son, he's on spring break, when I went to go drop him off at track practice today, is I sent him the poem, My Biggest Fear. Coach Carter, yeah, parts of it. Yeah, parts of it. They cut out some parts in there, but my biggest fear is not that I'll fail. My biggest fear is that basically I'll succeed. And he didn't understand it. He was said, basically just listen to God is what he got out of that. So I was like, okay, I could try to explain it to him. But instead I went to that Spelling Bee movie. Was it Aquila? Yeah, Aquila, yeah. And so I played the clip, right? And because she's reading it, and he said, what's it about? And she's like, I don't know. He's like, well, it's in plain English. And I basically said that to my son when he texted me what he thought. I'm like, ugh. But she said it's about being afraid. And he said, afraid of what? And she said, afraid of me. I was like, boom. I was like, you get it now, kid? He was like, yeah. I was like, kid, you have the brightest light. You have the brightest light that I've ever been around. I could literally be around you, tired and not wanting to talk about anything, and I literally start smiling because you were just a bright light. I'm like, you're everything good in this world. Be that. Because when you walk in a room, you light up the room. So be that person. Be that person. Be you. And don't ever let anyone dim that. What I realize is that I'm being the dad that I never had. I'm living the life I prayed for. Then why would I ever act like I'm stressed about that? If I feel the pressure and if I feel that stress that, man, I might be failing them, I may lose my business, I may do this, do better. Step up. Bop. Hit a home run. Hit 4 singles so you can get home. Hit the game-winning shot because you've been there before and you've shot that shot 5 million times. Nail it. And if you don't, figure out why and get back to it. No one said that being a man is easy. No one said living your life as a man is going to be easy. Why the hell would you want it to be easy? Are you praying for an easy life? I don't think I've ever been around a brother and he said, God, please, may I have an easy life? If you're praying, asking for money, are you going to pay that price? God, I want a family. Are you going to pay that price? Are you going to step up and be that man? God, please help me with my business. Help me, guide me there. Help me, show me the way. I listen to you. Are you going to pay that price? Are you going to put in that work? This shit comes with a big responsibility. You want to be the man? You want to run your business? Step up. Be grateful. Be grateful that your prayers have been answered. Because right now you live a privileged life. You are getting everything you asked for. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And be grateful for it. Your wife stressing you out? Learn how to do better. Learn how to communicate better. Money tight, you're stressed about that? Figure out how to make it grow. Be grateful for it. You're privileged. Shit ain't easy, but it's simple. Let it be simple. If it was easy, shit, everybody would do this shit. Everybody would run a business if it was easy. Everybody would be able to have a successful marriage and be a great father if the shit was easy. Shit ain't meant to be easy. It's meant to be heavy. It's meant to be hard. It's meant to be difficult because it'll force you to become better. And the better you become, the better your family becomes. What you think, Corey?
All good words of wisdom. Things that I probably need to do a better job of adhering to.
We all do, brother.
So, perspective. Everyone needs to check in their perspective from time to time.
Yes, sir.
And some people just need a kick in the butt.
Shit, we all need that. And hopefully it comes before life gives us a swift kick.
Yeah.
Because God kicking us in the butt, oof, that's usually not good. That's painful.
Right.
Wake up. Oof. Right upside the head.
Or they'll start playing those horns from Boys in the Hood. We start hearing those. You better get on it.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, man. It's what was on my mind, what I've been thinking about. Just being grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Seems so simple.
Right.
Because it is. Definitely not an easy way to live, though. Quite difficult. Man. But I love it. I love it so much. I wouldn't want it any other way. Now, on to more difficult topics. Talking to your sons about safe sex.
Whoa.
That's a simple conversation, too.
Is it?
Yeah. Very simple. Why is it difficult? Why is it not simple? I didn't say easy. I said simple.
I have nothing for that.
Yeah. Just have that conversation. But it's like anything else. It's weird. Having that conversation, following through with your business, being grateful for the life that you live. It's just all about being vulnerable, being open. And the more you do that, simpler life gets. Interesting. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all, man. I'm really happy my nose didn't get broken this weekend. It got cracked pretty hard by an elbow. That sucked. But yeah, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Keep enjoying life. Keep remembering that you control you. And we got some dope episodes coming out. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow. We got a lot of dope episodes coming out. Some dope interviews. And more are coming. More are coming. So remember, you could always DM me. Hit me with a topic. Hit me with some questions. You know how we do. But yeah, thank you for the hearts, yo. Mr. Trench, thank you. Appreciate you so much, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, make sure y'all check in. And like always, man, let me know what you're grateful for. Keep it pushing. You control you, baby. We out. Chill.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat is like the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the song at the board show. Becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You would catch me save a whole you just the cake.